In order to help you understand just how powerful BurnPure is and how effective it is in terms of cost savings and emission reductions, we did a series of pro forma tests with a variety of different kinds of companies representing a wide spectrum of industrial applications. The first set of numbers we will examine come from a series of tests run on a relatively small trucking firm based in Indiana. As you can tell, their combined fleet logged a total of close to 81 million miles during the test. During that period of time, the vehicles averaged about 5.6 miles per gallon, which is normative for the trucking industry. The total gallons consumed during the year were roughly 14.5 million, and with the average price for diesel at that time running in the neighborhood of $3.25 a gallon, the total fleet expenditures for fuel should have run around $46,850,000. But notice I said should have, because by using BurnPure, the trucking company realized a 12% savings in their fuel costs, saving them over $5,600,000. When you subtract the cost of our BurnPure additive, the trucking company realized a net savings of over $3.5 million. To land again, this time with the Gold Corporation located in British Columbia, Canada. And, appropriately enough, they mine gold for a living. The Gold Corporation has mining operations in Canada, the United States, Argentina, Nicaragua, and Guatemala. The initial pro forma tests were run on 5 pieces of heavy equipment, all manufactured by the Caterpillar Corporation. The baseline daily fuel usage for each of the vehicles came to a total of 300 gallons. But again, when using our BurnPure fuel additive, that 300-gallon figure was sliced dramatically all the way down to 249 gallons of fuel a day, a remarkable 17% reduction in fuel usage and fuel costs. Extended over a full business year of 50 weeks, with 2 weeks off for holidays and inventory, the annual savings per truck was a whopping $69,000. Less the cost of the BurnPure additive, and each individual truck realized a cost savings of over $50,000 per year. Now imagine what the total cost savings and increase on the bottom line Gold Corporation realized when they extended the product to their entire inventory of heavy equipment. As a special added bonus, not only did BurnPure save Gold Corporation $50,000 per truck per year, it also accomplished an amazing 71% decrease in emissions. As global, and speaking of oil, our next pro forma test was run at the Gillette, Wyoming oil field located in the United States. Once oil has been discovered, pumping stations must be created to pull the oil out of its underground reservoirs. It takes energy to get that potential energy, and every pumping station requires a generator to run the station. Taking a single pumping station, using a John Deere 6-cylinder generator, a John Deere 4-cylinder generator, and a Detroit diesel engine to run the operation, here's what we found. Every single day, that single pumping station would normally consume 108 gallons of diesel fuel. However, adding BurnPure to the mix dramatically decreased the fuel consumption from 108 gallons to a mere 86 gallons, a remarkable savings of 22 gallons of diesel fuel per day, or a 20.3% decrease in costs and a corresponding increase in profitability. Each pump would then realize a $66 a day savings in fuel costs. Subtract the cost of BurnPure, and each pumping station would realize a $50 per day net savings. Now, $50 a day may not seem like a lot to a large operator, but try to remember that many oil fields have hundreds if not thousands of pumping stations. Suddenly that little $50 a day savings turns into $5,000, $50,000, or even more, depending on how big the oil field is. And remember, that's just for one day. Skipping over the weekly and monthly figures, which are simple spreadsheet extensions, let's look at what this single pumping station saved Gillette. For a full year, baseline gallon usage would have normally been over 36,000 gallons. Using Burn Pure, that number is radically reduced to a little less than 29,000 gallons for a net savings of over 7,000 gallons for a single pumping station. This would produce an annual gross savings of over $22,000. Subtract the cost of Burn Pure, and each and every pumping station in the field would produce a net savings of close to $17,000 for the year. Every single station. Pumped up over the figures? We certainly hope so. We've spent some time on land. Now let's take to the open seas and look at the Aggressor fleet, a flotilla of 220 boats of the 100-ton class who specialize in what they call eco-divers. Aggressor, which is based in the Caribbean but has fleets in operation in 17 separate countries, focuses on pleasure cruises with a heavy emphasis on snorkeling and scuba diving. For them, the average weekly baseline fuel usage per boat would normally run 775 gallons of fuel. But again, using our Burn Pure fuel additive, that 775 gallon figure was cut down to only 702 gallons a week, a fuel savings of 10.4%. With a normal business season of only 40 weeks, that meant that each boat saved over $13,000 in reduced costs for the season, minus the cost for the Burn Pure additive, and each boat realized a net savings of almost $9,000 in only 40 weeks. Multiply that figure by the number of boats in the fleet, and you'll find that Aggressor saved almost $2 million during a single 40-week season by using Burn Pure. And remember, not only did their engines run more efficiently, cooler, and more smoothly, they also required less maintenance, had a longer lifespan, longer gaps between necessary maintenance, and cut the carbon emissions footprint by a huge margin. The cost for the Burn Pure additive was clearly a win-win scenario for both the Aggressor fleet and the big blue sea that they sail on.